Hey, hey, hey. All righty. So we are live today. If you are catching the live, tell me hey. If you are catching the replay, tell me hashtag replay. And today we are painting this fun coffee cup. I have multiple copies here. Don't mind me. I thought I was going to paint multiple. I thought wrong. I thought I was going to be ambitious and paint multiple, but I think I'm just going to paint one. So, how are y'all doing today? I'm going to, let's see, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Let's put it right about there. Hey, Marie Mosley. All right, what color should we paint this? Here's what I'm thinking, okay? Here's what I'm thinking. I'm highly inspired by my paint studio right now. Highly inspired, okay? So over the earlier this week, was it earlier this week? It was earlier this week. We painted this beauty, and they picked those colors. They picked those colors. Hey, Valerie and Lynn. So my paint studio picked these colors, and I like it has been sitting over here just air drying because this pot needs to be bone dry before I put a sealer on it because I want it to last forever. So like, but I am highly inspired by this color scheme right here. Hey, 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 y'all remember say hey as you hop on. Isn't it pretty? It is so pretty. So I think that's if we don't have a preference, if this is not what wins, this is what I'm going to go with. So unless y'all have a different color scheme y'all want to go with, it's originally in the mock-up. It's like a rosy pink, like a dusty rosy pink and some yellow flowers. So yes, those colors is that. It wouldn't it like as I was looking at it, I was like, ooh, this would look really good over here. Hey, Christy. All right, here's where I'm at, y'all. I don't know what my program has done, but it has kicked a bunch of my friends out, and I don't appreciate it. So, like right here, sometimes if you don't hear me call your name, and I'm a name caller, I love saying who's here and that who's talking and all the things, all that jazz. Like if you don't hear me call your name and you're commenting a lot and I'm responding to you, but I'm not saying, hey, Valerie or Christy or Anna, I was like, you don't hear me saying it, it's probably because it says Facebook user on my side and because my program kicks you out. And that's rude of it. I didn't do it. Just know I didn't do it. I love you. I heart you. I do this. Like I heart you so stinking much. But my program says, hey, I don't know who this person is. So if if I don't say hey, and I'm really bad about not saying hey, your Facebook user, you just click that link in the description wherever the description is, and you just put your email in, and I don't get the emails or anything like that. Like it just lets my program know that I'm safe to you. Like it's protecting you from me right now. And when you give it the email or you give it the whatever it asks for, I think it's an email. When you give it that, it says, "Oh, Erica's safe." So we'll let Erica see your name. I like me too, Valerie. Okay, so Marie and Valerie vote for those colors. Is it Anna? It was Anna. Why did they kick Anna out? Rude. All right, I think we're gonna go with these colors. Are y'all okay with that? It has to do with Facebook. It has gone. I'm telling you, every once in a while, I truly believe when Facebook does like a massive update, I think that's when it kicks people out of the program. La, 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 la. It has kicked people out before. People like my friend Sheila, like it, like she has been with me for so long. Like Sheila is here all the time, and it kicks her out all the time. And I don't understand why. So you would think the program would know Sheila's here all the time. I'm safe. Erica's safe, right? Sheila obviously wants to watch. Valerie obviously wants to watch. Lynn is here all the time. Lynn says Erica's safe. So why is it kicking Lynn out? Like if you're commenting and I'm obviously responding to your comments, but I'm not saying your name, it's because I'm a little awkward and I'm afraid to tell you. I'm afraid. I'm going to say, hey, I don't know who you are, but I really still want to talk to you. Oh, okay. So this is going to be our inspiration for our coffee cup. Okay. So there's that. Let's go with that. So we're going to have purple flowers, pistachio ish color coffee cup, and we'll still keep this brown because it's paper, right? It's craft paper. All right, let's roll. Let's get to painting. Okay. So the first, y'all know me, I like to dissect. There is like a funky, I think it's, give me just a second. There's like that. I knew it was a shadow. It was, oh, I was like, why does it look like there's like a shadow, an ominous? Yes, you can have that water.
What's that?
That is my leftover. It's very watered down tea.
Can I have it?
Can you have my watered down tea?
Yeah.
No, it's mine. Here, I'll hold it. There you go. You're welcome. All right, so we're gonna dissect our design here. Okay, y'all know I don't like to unnecessarily paint things. I don't like to fussy paint things. I like to make it easy. I like to make painting easy, and I want I don't want it to be any harder than it needs to be. I don't know, but your live is showing up 2 times, and each shows different comments. Oh wait, okay, Anna, look. Are you on, like, does it say I'm in the studio and I'm on my Facebook page? That could be it. I stream it to the studio too, so that studio members don't miss out, because I don't like, I feel, I get a lot of feedback saying, I don't ever know where you're going to be. And since y'all have 2 different places to catch me, I just started streaming to the studio as well. Okay. Same for me too. Look at see? It just kicked one of my friends out. And I'm like, I want to know who my friends are. My friends obviously say I'm safe. Let my friends know. Let me see their name. And I don't know why it does it. But so it's happening to you too. So, okay. So if you're seeing me in 2 different places, don't worry. I can see all the comments. I can see all the comments. I'm actually in 3 places right now. I'm in my Facebook page. I'm in my private Facebook group, the Paint Studio, and I'm on YouTube. All right, we're not playing this game. We need a bigger paintbrush. Hey Cindy. Okay. So like in the description it says something about click this link. It's a safe link, I promise. Don't be afraid of the link. It's a safe link. It just lets the program know that you're okay with me seeing your name. Gonna work out with my cousin. I'll be back to catch the replay. Okay, well, I'll probably still be here. You know me. I'm not gonna rush through this mamma jamma. All right. I'm not too worried. If you notice, I'm painting in. Okay, we're painting into this over here. I'm not too worried. I do want to avoid trying to get this up here because I do want to paint that white. Yeah, so if you're seeing me in multiple places, it's on purpose. I'm gonna pull that up. I don't want to get any paint on my long sleeve. It was cold this morning, so I prepared for the cold. But I live in Louisiana, so our spring is winter in the morning, summer in the afternoon. There is no spring. It's winter in the morning, summer in the afternoon. And I don't like to do double the laundry just because I need a fly. Dang it. There's a fly in the house and I was going to get it. I don't like to do double. It's attracted to my light, y'all. I'm sorry. If he flies into our paint station, it's just because he's attracted to the bright light. It really is going to bug me. Can you see my name now? I went, no, and I don't know why. So you went through StreamYard, y'all. Don't forget this little spot right here. And then, oh, that's going to be brown. It'll be okay. Now, the good thing about it is whenever I'm done, like, I'll see it in the real world. So when I go to answer comments after I'm live, like when I go to do the link buffet and all that jazz, I see everything. I went through and it still didn't give. Is it Cindy? Is it still Cindy? Maybe Cindy, it's just you. It's just like, you know what? We want to see how much we can mess with Cindy today, and I don't appreciate that. I'm very protective of my friends, if you can't tell. Okay, so we've done the background. So we've dissected this. We decided what's furthest in the back, and it's the cup itself. So we're going to paint the cup, and we decided we were going to use this, our beautiful flower pot that me and my paint studio painted earlier this week. They picked the color scheme. This is the one, let me see if I can show y'all while this is drying. This is the one I painted for funsies. It's patriotic, okay? Patriotic. I didn't want to do white flowers, so I did yellow flowers just because blue and yellow are complementary colors. And then that should be dry now. That should be dry now. Let me show you the very first one I painted. I've done it twice. I have noticed that inside of the Facebook group. Now, if you're let's troubleshoot while we paint, because this is going to help me. Y'all are helping me like be my own IT guy here. Are you in the Facebook group or are you on my business page? Which live are you watching? I need to know this. All right, so this, okay, hold on. Let me take the plant out. I want it back in, but never her back. Girl, I'll get you in. I'll get you in. Marie Mosley called me out on it too. She wants back in the studio too. I can get you in. Anybody who wants in the studio, y'all, put the word studio in the comment. That'll be our fancy word for today. That'll be our secret word for the day. Put the word studio in the comment. It'll get you your link buffet for today. That'll get you Paint Studio access, the link to where you can sign up for Paint Studio. It'll also get you the color list of everything that we work on today and where you can find this design, both digital and the blank. Okay. So this is what we did in the studio earlier this week. I painted this by myself as a test run. I've painted terracotta pots a million times, but I used different products on these. So like, look how beautiful that one turned out. I was so happy about that with my purple gem flower in it. My purple gem. Oh, it's so beautiful. And then the studio themselves curated this color scheme, and they did a phenomenal job. Put the word studio down in the comments, and I will be more than happy to put your link buffet after I'm done live. And then there's our patriotic version. I still have to do a couple of more for gifts. There's a few that I'm doing for gifts. I'm doing some teacher appreciation gifts. I'm doing some Mother's Day gifts. I've got some that are going out for friends and all that jazz, but those have been a big hit this year. Big hit. Especially for Mother's Day and teacher appreciation gifts. They're good gifts, but they're not your typical. So what I had recommended was that they paint those the way that we painted them, right? Like I taught them how I prep it. That was their bonus tutorial. So we prepped it, we painted it, and then sealed it. And so I gave them all the tips and tricks on how to do it the proper way for your pot to last as long as possible, and the care instructions. Like I taught them how to take care of it to actually put like a plant in it. So, and I think later on, before the month is out, I'll probably do printed, not necessarily a printed instruction. Because you would think you just slap some paint on it and throw a sealer on it and you're done. No. You can't do that with terracotta. You can't do that with terracotta. It is going to chip. The paint's going to peel slap off, especially if you're going to put it outside. Now, if you're going to put it outside, there are some, there's some additional care that you need to do. All right. So we went over all of that. All right. Remember, there's that little spot right there. That is cup. Okay, it's not flowers. So just don't forget to paint that. We're done with our base coat color. Now, here's our next thing that we're going to vote on. Are we going to do a stencil or are we going to do a polka dot? Y'all help me out. Stencil or a polka dot. And while y'all are putting those votes down in the comments. Y'all don't forget to spread the good word that we're live today. I do have an extra one here. And for anybody who SHAREs the video out into the interwebs, will be put into a drawing to be gifted one of this identical blank that it's a single line etched blank without words. So you, just like mine, so that you can paint it however you want and put whatever you want there. The original file says Mom Fuel in it. So this was intended to be like a Mother's Day gift or a Mother's Day door hanger. But this can be so many other things. This could just have like a welcome to the Wallaces. This could have like happy spring, hello spring. This could totally be a spring design. This could totally be a fun summer design. It's a good transitional design. But if you spread the good word that we are live today and painting something super fun, then you are putting your name into a drawing to be gifted. I will mail it directly to you in some Happy Mail. And you can do it multiple times. So it'll tell me that you did it multiple times. So each time you do it, it enters you again. So, and I will reach out to the winner. I'll give, because, people watch the replay and I like to give people in the replay. I don't know why I just dipped it in the base coat color. Oh, it is unanimous stencil. Spread the good. Oh, thanks, Lori. That's my sweet Mississippi friend with the beautiful twin babies. All right, we're gonna do stencil. I'm excited about stencil. You want to know why? I picked up new stencils today. Not today, the other day. I picked them up and they've been sitting on my paint station for a while. So this is our well-loved, and it's still going strong, well-loved favorite stencil, right? It's one of our like 3 top stencils here at Wallace House, right? I picked up numerous stencils. So we've got a doily. I'm going to call this a doily. Like this doilies in the sense of flowers, right? But they're just doilies, okay? So we've got doilies here. And then we also have, that's one that I picked up. And then we have just this really fun floral print. And I think I'm going to use this one. One, because this is a really small area. So we can really use whatever we want as long as it's not a big, bulky design. We could have used this. This would have been just fine. You okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. But we use it all the time. So versatility, let's show some variety. So I think I'm going to use my new one. It's $2.29. Original price. I got it on sale. So I think 30 or 40% off of that. So I mean, these are pennies on the dollar. And look how many times I've used our favorite one, right? Isn't it a fun stencil? Heathens, right? Heathens. Them baby. You don't be talking about them babies like that. Lori and I have, we live a very similar life. She has teenagers just like me, and then she has her little ones just like me. I think our kids are separated by a year. Maybe her oldest one is a year younger or the same age as my oldest one, and her youngest ones I think are a year older or same age as my youngest one. So whenever she's going through something, I'm like, same girl, same, except for she's going through double doozy because she has twins. I just have the one Raylin. Where did you get the stencil? Okay, so the stencil came from Hobby Lobby. It's show off. So if you put the word studio down in the comments, I will link this exact stencil in the link buffet. So you'll get your color list. You'll get, like I said, anybody who puts the word studio will also get information on the paint studio, but I'll also include this, the link to Hobby Lobby's where you can find that stencil. I don't get any pennies from that. There's absolutely no commission to me whatsoever when it comes to me linking products to you. Obviously, if it's my thing, like the studio or the template or JPEG, obviously. I mean, that's my website, right? But anything that sends you to Hobby Lobby site, anything that sends you to Amazon, anything that sends you any of that, I'm just giving you a quick reference of where I got it. I don't have any kind of partnership with any of those people, okay? I would tell you. I would tell you, and I don't. I just know when there's a good product, you don't gatekeep. You just tell. You just tell. You just let people know what's good. When there's something that's good, you don't keep it to yourself. Hey, Christy. They're off school tomorrow, spring break next. Oh, well, at least y'all are doubling up, you know, because our school district did spring break 2 weeks ago, and now we have Easter break. Now we used to do it like you do it. We used to have spring break, like you left on Good Friday, right? Like you had Good Friday off, and then what we call Easter Monday now was our day one of spring break. So it's like we have one extra day off, which I mean, I'm happy about because I'm in the school system now. But like when I was just a mom working a 9 to 5, I have glitter on my thingy. I guess it doesn't matter which way is up. Let's see. Ooh, y'all, it's gonna be so pretty. All right. Are we going to go lighter or are we going to go darker? Should we go lighter or should we go darker? And remember, these are going to be barely there. Like they're going to be like half a shade lighter or half a shade darker. Should we go lighter or darker? Hey, best friend. Oh, speaking of Chrissy, where to go? Sorry, squirrel. While we're voting on, should we go lighter or darker? Our stencil color. Anna says lighter. So look, I got something similar to yours. I got this at the craft store though. Okay. Lori says lighter too. I usually go lighter. Every once in a while I'll go darker. Valerie says darker though. Valerie says darker. I don't know. What are we gonna do? All right. So this one, okay. So this is similar to what Christy Rayner has. Okay. Y'all know my trusty water bottle. Okay. So this one, you just spray it once and you have a nice light fine mist, just one mist. This is the one that Christy has, okay, or similar to, and it's a continuous mist. Oh, that felt good though. Oh, it was getting hot over here. So it has like a long mist. So if you're like working a big door hanger and you're trying to smooth out paint, that would be a good function to have. But it's not necessarily what I want for shading. This one does have, like, you can just like just kind of like, there's a long release where you pull it all the way down and it does the long spray, and then you just tap, 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 and it gives you the short spray. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to do that, or that's the hack that I found around it. But it made me think of you whenever I found it. I was like, oh, that's a bigger water bottle. I didn't realize it was going to be the variated spray. But Tammy got mine for me. Oh, Tammy got it for you? I thought you bought it because I thought you said you bought it at the hair salon store where you get all your hair salon products. If y'all don't know, Christy's a hairdresser. Okay, so lighter, darker. Okay, so we got 3 votes for lighter. Sorry, Valerie. I was kind of thinking a darker too, just for funsies. But we got 3 votes for lighter. And once we get 3, I usually cut it off at 3. Okay, so we're going to go same color, that our base coat color. And we're going to just ghost it out. Ghost it out is Erica's fun wave. We're just going to add white to it. Now, this is a very pastel color. Here's the fun thing about pastel colors. Sometimes it takes a lot more white to ghost them out than normal colors. So just be aware of that. Just be aware of that. Okay, I am looking for, and I just saw it before I went live, so I know it's here. I'm looking for my polka dot sponges because that's where my makeup sponges are. Nope, I lied. I have backup makeup sponges here because it's always the one thing I can't find. So makeup sponges. I like to get mine at Ulta. Let me show you why. Look how firm and juicy that is. That's like a memory foam mattress. It's exactly what I want you to think. If it doesn't feel like a memory foam mattress or mattress topper, you don't want it. Okay? Just say no to bad makeup sponges. You don't want to see visible holes. That's a no-no. You want it to feel like memory foam, like a marshmallow. All right, so we're going to mix our white and our light green together. And like I said, you're good with this already being a very ghosted out color. a very, very pastel color. Juicy, right? Juicy. It's going to need more white than normal. Any other color, like a medium shade of anything and darker, is you just put a couple drops of white and you have your barely there stencil color, polka dot color. But with pastels, you really do need to add a good bit of white. I can't find those small water bottles at our hair warehouse. Like, are you talking about this or the one that I picked up just now? The one that I just showed. You can't find, which one can't you find? I got mine at Hobby Lobby, and I have found them on Amazon too. If you want to know where I will link my usual one, not the new one, because I haven't used the new one yet, and so I don't want to recommend it yet. I am a girl of integrity. I am not one of those girls that will say, ooh, let me use on Facebook this one because I can get more money from that, and then behind the scenes do something else. I will never do that to you. So I will always tell you what I actually use. I have been burned in the past. Back in my YouTube days, especially my nail art days, people would tell, oh yeah, I use this, and this. And it's because they promote it. Like if someone is sponsored by a product, I'm not saying that it's wrong. It's not wrong. If someone is sponsored by a product and they swear 100% by it, they're always going to recommend it to you. I mean, like, that's just common sense, right? They're always going to say, oh, this is the best. This is the absolute best. And I have known people to promote one thing, but in the background use something else. And I'll use white nail polish. White nail polish being the example. There are some very expensive white nail polishes out there, okay? For anybody who hasn't hung out with me for a long time, I used to be a nail art, not designer, but like I used to do nail art for promotional pictures for nail polish companies. And there were a lot of us, just like there are a lot of door hanger artists. There's a lot of designers. There's a lot of, there's a lot of coffee brands out there, right? But everybody has their favorite one, right? Well, there was this one really expensive white nail polish that a lot of people promoted. They promoted it. They swore by it. And I was very leery about it. And I bought it thinking, I finally broke down one day and bought it. And I was like, oh, this is going to fix all my problems. It was garbage. I was like, why are they promoting this? This is absolute. Look how beautiful that looks. This is absolute garbage. And I was friends with one of the girls that promoted it. And she basically says, she goes, well, I get more commission from the company if I have people buy that product. This is how I learned about affiliate links. I get more money from this one company if I promote that particular one. But hey, there was a brand called Sinful Colors. It's like the drugstore brand. It's the brand you see in Walmart and at Target, and it's a little EB bottle. It used to be a 99-cent. I think it's like $1.25 now. But like, it was the cheapest white paint nail polish that you could buy. And it was the best. It was the best. Like, you could not beat it. And it was $1. I'm like, why wouldn't you want people to save money on some of the basic stuff so that they have the extra money to spend on the fun stuff like stencils, because there were stencils for nails, and stamps because there were stamps for nails, and like nail art. Like, why wouldn't you want to be able to promote the fun stuff? Why are we? I don't know. I got a really bad taste in my mouth about it back then. And so I'm very leery about it. And I'm very hyper, like straightforward about it now, just because I feel like I got burned. It wasn't the one time, but it is a very small example of many times I've been burned by being a customer of affiliate marketing. It is. It's a very, it's so good, especially the white and the black. Valerie, I'm telling you, stamping with white and black in that brand. Oh, it was like butter. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So good. Hey, Grace. The small one that Tammy got me, I have the big one for hair because I don't want to fill it several times. Okay, and that makes sense. The big one for hair. And your big one for hair is the one that does the continuous spray, which makes sense. You would need that. I'm actually kind of excited to use the new one for my hair. It may get permanently put in the bathroom, just so I don't have to constantly spritz my hair whenever I have it curly. Speaking of which, Christy, and anybody who's a hairdresser out there, my friend Karen, Christy, there's a couple of y'all out there hanging out with me. I think it's almost time for a big chop. I really do. I think Megan and I are about to do a big chop. I think we are. I think we are. Raylan's getting to her. She's about to be 7. You know, Hayden is doing so well in school. Like, there's just so many reasons that I feel like I have to celebrate. If y'all don't know this about me, I don't cut my hair for any reason, but I don't cut my hair unless I have a good reason to. And so I do maintenance trims here and there, but I really don't do big chops. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh, it does need a little something here. I knew that going into it, but I wanted that full flower there. Let's do this little spiral right here. I want this little spiral. So I think over the summer I may do a big chop. I haven't decided exactly what I want to do, and I haven't decided, you know, how big of a chop I want to do. I just got out of work. What have we missed? Oh, you haven't missed a whole bunch. We just base coated our cup, and now we're stenciling. And we're talking bad about the sneaky snakes in the grass that like to promote things for money, but then use different products in the background. I had a whole story. But it had nothing to do with Door Hanger World. It had everything to do back in the day, like over a decade ago, whenever I had young, beautiful hands, and I would do nail art. Okay, so we've got our stencil on. We've got our coffee cup base coated. We are finished with that, other than a little bit of shading. So let's see. We're gonna move on to. We can either move on to the wrapper, which is like the little brown sleeve that they put on cups that are hot, or we can move on to the lid. It doesn't matter. We can actually do both. We can do both. What is your big life change that you're going to cut it for? Honestly, I think just being happy. Like, I don't think I've been this consecutively happy. Like, I don't know how to put it without it sounding like really drab, but like, parents have been sick for the last 2 years, right? In and out of the hospital, constantly taking care of them. We finally have them stable in life. Both parents are making great progress. Mom's back to driving, and my kids are happy. My kids are so happy. Like, just it's more so for a celebration of just life in general. And usually I cut mine with big life changes, like for new jobs, death in the families, births in the families. And honestly, I technically could use my nephew as an example, as an excuse, because he's about to turn 1. But like, I feel like I missed that boat because he's about to turn 1. But like, I just feel like it's time to cut some history out. And that's the whole reason why I wait. Like, whenever I get a haircut, it's symbolic of cutting history, just cutting the history out, and we're starting with a fresh beginning. And so I think, like, I've really been praying about it. I've really been I'm very intentional whenever I do it. It's just something that it's just ceremonial for me, and it's very, like, it makes me dive deep into my walk with Jesus and my walk with my family and my walk with myself, everything. And I think stability is reason enough, like stability and all the things. Footies! Yes, we made a footies run today. We made a footies run today. Doesn't it look like a foot? The chicken up from the Chick-fil-A looks like a foot. You can thank Raylan for that. And now it's definitely a stencil that you have to piece together, but I think it does really good. It's a barely there. It's nice and thin and like just flowy. It's real pretty. All right, let's go ahead and paint our wrapper. Let's do that. And then while it's drying, we'll paint our topper. We'll just kind of tag team them at the same time. Oh, isn't he good? God's so good. He's so good. I just feel like it's just time. It's just time to cut some history out and just start fresh. And by cutting my hair, I feel like I'm acknowledging it. That makes sense. I hope it makes sense. All right, so I'm just going to use a medium tan color. Like I said, if you put the word studio down in the comments, I will come back and I will give you the entire list of paint colors that I'm using, along with links to anything that we talk about. Like we've talked about the stencil that I've used. I'll make sure to link where you can find this design both digitally as a template in JPEG and as a wooden blank. So I'm painting a 10-inch wooden blank. This is going to be a porch leaner attachment on my porch leaner. Not quite sure what it's going to say. It may say God is good. I don't know. But it's not going to say Mom Fuel. It's not going to say Mom Fuel. Because for the month of May, I don't get to put Mother's Day decor up. I don't, because that's my daughter's birthday. It's both of my grandmother's birthdays. We put a big cupcake up. It's a big birthday month. Make sure you get this there's a little itty bitty spot there, okay? Make sure you get that itty bitty spot there. It is wrapper. It does to me too. Wait. You spoke about what change was happening for the release of the old, making way for the yes, and that's exactly why I do it. It's a release of the old and acceptance of the new. It's an intentional reflection. Like it forces me to sit down. Like most people just go get a haircut because it's time to get a haircut, right? And I used to do that. But it's like one of those things I don't do too terribly often, just as a girl. We don't get our haircut too terribly often unless we have a shorter haircut, and I typically keep my hair very long. And so whenever I go to get my haircut, it's very intentional. It's very intentional. Thank God I'm not that way when it comes to eating, because I'd starve. I will never unsee the foot now on your cup. I'm telling you, buddies. And I know I've told the story a million times, but for those that haven't heard it, the short version of it is Raylan. We were in the car and we were turning in. I think we were going to Target, and Target and Chick-fil-A were they're side by side. They were within the same big, huge shopping center. And so you have to pass Chick-fil-A to go to Target. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to swing into Chick-fil-A and get a sweet tea right before I go to Target. Because it's either that or I'm going to stop at Starbucks while I'm in Target. So, and I was thinking it, but I didn't say it. And as I was coming off the interstate, you can see all those signs of that shopping center. And Raylan starts yelling, "Ooh, are we going to Buddies?" I go, "Buddies? What's Buddies?" She goes, "Buddies!" Like as if I should just know. I'm like, I don't think so. Like, and so we just have a whole conversation back and forth, and I'm just, at a certain time, you're just mentally exhausted. I was like, yeah, maybe, I don't know, probably not, probably not. And then we pull into Chick-fil-A. She goes, see, we are at Buddy's. And I'm looking, and I'm like, baby, we're at Chick-fil-A. She goes, Buddy's, and she points to the sign, and I see it. I'm like, it does look like a big foot with a face. And forever, it's been Buddy since. It's been Buddy since. I've said Chick-fil-A, and she goes, Mom, Buddy's? Like, she knows it's called Chick-fil-A, or CFA, and she will not accept it. It is Buddy's. It is Buddy's. That's the first time you've heard the story? Oh, man. Right. I mean, she had to have been about, I thought she was younger. She says she was about 5. That's only last year, but I'm pretty sure it was longer than that. We've been saying Footies for a hot minute. Before my mom was even sick, she's been saying Footies. So I'm thinking since she was about 4. She's 6 now. She's almost 7. Oh, Grace and Gina both say it's the first time. So, yeah. So if you look at, now they put the sticker, so it's kind of faded now. I pulled the sticker off, but it kind of looks like a foot, doesn't it? It looks like a foot. But yeah, little Raylyn, old baby Raylyn. And I mean, she wanted her, I don't remember what, she wanted her chicken nuggets, and she wanted her waffle french fries with ranch. That's what she wanted. And all I wanted was a sweet tea. She goes, are we going to Footies? I'm going to start putting it in my stories now. Every time I go to Footies, I'm like, I'm here. It's going to become a thing. If Chick-fil-A ever hears me, and they're like, oh, that's great. Just refer to a food establishment and compare it with a foot. That's great. Well, that's the Wallace household for you. You see the foot, don't you? You see it. You can't unsee the foot. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's like one of those psychological tests that you take at like a counselor's office. It's like with the ink blot. One of the ink blot tests. Like, do you see Chick-fil-A or do you see a foot? And once you see the foot, you can never see Chick-fil-A ever again. You see the foot. All right. While that kind of dries, let's paint that completely white. Completely white. Boo, 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 boo. I told myself I was going to play music today out of rebellion. And then I forgot to play it. I was going to play royalty-free instrumental just so that, whenever I take a deep breath, it doesn't go absolute silent. Every once in a while, I'm just like, I just need to breathe and not have air like leaving because I'm talking. And but when I do that, I just feel like I'm leaving it so quiet. All right, I'm going to empty the majority of my brush off. That's a lot of paint. Like I'm just breathing right now. I see my daughter said llama beans instead of llama beans until she was 15 years old. She was mad at me for not correcting her. I did correct her, but she wouldn't listen. I feel like that's right. Like, I've corrected her and said, baby, I'm going to Chick-fil-A. Mom, buddy, she corrects me. So I feel like she refuses to conform. But she probably sees me in the same light of like, why will mom not, like, why won't she just do it my way? Llama beans. Oh my gosh. Llama beans. I mean, where are you going to get the bean from the llama? There's only one thing that I know of, and I don't think I want that on my plate. A llama bean. I love lima beans, especially when you cook them in chicken stock. Oh man, with some bacon. Mmm. And a little bit of garlic powder. Y'all, that's how Mama cooks them. She does a pinch of salt, some garlic, a good healthy dash of garlic. Um, some chicken, sometimes water, sometimes chicken stock, just whatever she's got. I'm telling you, my grandmother makes the best lima beans. I can't recreate them, but I get close. But I think it's just because she makes them. She makes them. They're hers. We need more than one coat of this white. Faux show. Faux show. So we're just going to blow dry. How's your day going? I've had the day off. It's been pretty nice. I went to a ceramic shop and picked up some ceramics to paint at my leisure. Most of them are little planters. I was looking for a bigger planter, but I didn't see the one that I was really looking for. They've had it before. This is literally just a shop, like it's a warehouse. This is not the same place that I went and painted at. This is a warehouse out in Shreveport that it's just rows and rows and rows of just ceramics. Like they just pour molds. They just pour them and then they put them on the shelf and like you just peruse and you buy what you want and you take it home and you paint it. And you can bring it back to, if you do it with glaze, you can bring it back to them and they will fire it for you to seal it. But I like to use acrylics on mine because I don't need it to be food safe. Like I just do it for fun. So I do a brush on sealer, very similar to my terracotta pots. And I confirmed with them today because it's been a while since I've been in their shop. It's called Linwood Ceramics. Lin Wood Ceramics is in Shreveport, and they do ship. So if you go, they do have a website. I have not been on their website because I go physically in store. So if you want to see what they have online, and I think you can call them to see if they have a mold that you're looking for. They have a bunch of trees, all different kinds of Christmas trees. I know that's a big hit in our world when it comes to like when we do dive into painting ceramics. Now there is a place that I like to go to where you can sit and paint a project, kind of like as a passing the time kind of thing. They used to let you do that, but they've gotten so busy that they've had to consolidate just to filling orders. And I think that is amazing. That they're so busy that they can no longer have classes. Like for a customer, I'm like, well, dang it. I want to do that. But as a business owner, I'm like, dang, I'm proud of you, boo. Let's see. Oh, she's 22 and purposely says llama beans just to be funny. I'm the same way. I get it. That's my kind of humor too. And I promise you, Raylan is probably the same way. She says footies out of spite now. I've been hanging out with three of my grandkids after school. They just went home. I mean, that's a couple of hours of very, very active activeness. I was like, I bet you're ready for a good cold glass of fill in the blank sweet tea, coffee, anything else of your choice. You know what? I'm going to say it. You deserve it. Grace, go get you something. Whatever you want to fill your cup with. You go sit on that couch and you just watch and relax. Enjoy your time. Because, I could... Three, man. I just have one. Like, let's be real. Hayden's a teenager. We have conversations. That's the attention he wants. He just wants to have a conversation. There's no, Mom, can you entertain me for the next 3 hours? He just, hey, Mom, let's watch a movie. Hey, Mom, I got a question. Hey, Mom, what you doing? Like, just little, that's teenager world. And then he goes and keeps himself occupied. I don't have to come up with tasks for him. Raylan, being 6, almost 7, she's still in that world of, hey, Mom, why don't we do something together? Why don't we go outside and, pick flowers or play on the swing set or let's paint. Can you do this? Can you do that? Like, to have 3 of those? You are a saint. And I bet you enjoyed every minute of it, but you have also deserved a well-deserved rest on the couch with a glass of your choice and to veg out for a little bit. 5 days a week. Super grandma over there. What do they call you? Was cutting out patterns to make a dog collar. Ooh, bandanas in different patterns, cartoons. Ooh, what do you got? I mean, I got a cute little German Shepherd over here that might need a bandana. Are you selling them? Or are they for your babies, your fur babies? Ice cold Sprite. Ooh, I love Sprite. I love Sprite. It's got a bite to it. I love it. I like that first sip where it gets you just like right there. That like sweet and sour right there. Let's see. Plus, we're having a sleepover this week. Ooh, a sleepover. Giving Mom and Dad a break for, oh, that's sweet. Marie's back. I told you we'd still be on. I was like, girl, if you worked out for more than 2 hours, we'd have to have a conversation about that. That's a bit excessive. So I'm glad it only took about 45 minutes. Peekaboo, hey girl, Mama and Grandma. Aww. So we've got a Nana and a Thunder. I love grandma names. I think I think I know what my grandma name. I think I'm gonna be a Mawmaw. I'm either gonna be a Mawmaw or a Granny. I haven't decided yet. I think I want to be a Mawmaw though. I think I want to be a Mawmaw. I think I'm gonna be a Mawmaw or a Granny because that's what I grew up with, Mawmaw and Granny. And but grandma names are fun. If you've got a grandma name, put it down in the comments. I want to hear it. I love the creative. I've seen Honeys. I've seen Lala's. My mom's a Nini because Hayden couldn't say Granny. It came out as Nini. And so it's just stuck. I've seen Yayas. I've seen, of course, Mawmaws and Grannies. If you're wondering what I'm looking for a chip brush. And I have one, but it's massive. I was looking for this one. Okay, so I have a big one for big projects. I have a little one for small projects. I have even smaller than this, but I very rarely need it. All right, so I'm going to grab a medium brown. We did a tan as the base coat, but I want to do a medium brown. I wanted to give it a little bit of texture, but I don't want to go too crazy with it. I don't want to do polka dots. I don't want to do stripes. All right, Darlene's a Mawmaw. Chrissy says, I want to be a Rosie because of my maiden name, Roseberry. I just realized it says Roseberry. I thought it was raspberry. And I'll tell you what, don't think I'm weird. I have cousins. Their maiden name is a trio of sisters and their mama. Their maiden name is Raspberry. And every time I saw your Roseberry, my brain immediately auto-corrected it to Raspberry. I was going to make some for the kids at church for their pets. I've never made them before. It's a trial. Tweety Bird at the game some and some sports. Okay. Well, if the trail run goes well and you end up wanting to like sell them, I would totally buy one for my Romo doggy. His birthday's coming up, and I usually get him a new collar, but we finally found the collar that suits him. The baby is 11 years old, and every year we would switch out his collar. One, because his collars would kind of get just grimy. He's a German Shepherd, so he has long hair, and we live in the South, so his long hair, oily skin, like we would just give him a new collar for his birthday. And his red is his color. Like, it's just his color. Like, it just looks good on him. And it's still in really good shape. His birthday's in July. So, like, it's still in really, really good shape. So I was like, I don't think we're getting him a collar this year. I'm kind of sad about it. Plus, we've gone through the entire rainbow. Like, we'd just be repeating colors at this point. So I've been trying to decide, what do we do? Like, what do we get him? I do, like, Romo gets gifts. He gets a Christmas gift, he gets an Easter gift, and he does get a birthday gift. Like, I'm just that fur mama. Even with kids, I still get my dog a gift. Nothing major, but like, So Darlene's a mama. I've seen some glammas. I have seen glammas. My youngest calls me Yaya. That's what we call my sister. My sister calls me Nana, and that's what Raylan calls my mother-in-law. So those are two special names to me. It's okay. It happens all the time. There are Raspberries and Laurel. See, and my cousins are the only Raspberries I know. I've never heard that as a last name other than them. I'm that fur mama too. I'm telling you, he knows during Christmas time. He knows. This is a gift-giving holiday. Where's my gift? So we usually do him a little stocking, and it normally has new toys in it. So he gets new toys for Christmas. He gets new collar, new clothes for his birthday, and for Easter he gets new treats. So that's typically what that's how we work that. All right. So I did paint that the same color as this, but that was only to kind of carry the background along. I'm gonna go ahead and just paint that a light off-white. A light off-white. With an angle brush, because that's what's going to work the best. Aaron from HGTV hometown is a raspberry. Oh, I wonder if we're related. Or I say we're. I wonder if they're related to my cousins. I wonder if they're of the same family. I wanted to be Dee Dee, but she wouldn't call me that. She came up with Momo. Oh, that's kind of, like I said, that's kind of how Nene, N-E, I honestly don't know how you spell my mom's grandma's name. I thought it was N-E, N-E-E. And that's how we've always spelt it. And I think that's how she signed his baby blanket when she made him a baby blanket. But I've seen her also put that and N-E-N-E. Nene. And I'm trying to think phonetically if that's how it would be spelled. I think it could be spelled either way. So, okay, fun. Okay, here's something fun. My kids have mamas and minis and Gigi's and grandmas. I'm telling you, like, the grandma names. The grandma names get fun. Now, something that we do in my family, we do aunt names. And it's not something we did intentionally. We didn't do it intentionally. The aunt names just kind of like naturally came along. I could not say Monica. And I have an Aunt Monica, but I could not say Monica. It came out as Aunt Moni. M-O-N-I. Aunt Moni. So it's like her name without the A, without the C-A. Aunt Monica. Aunt Moni. And then like I said, my sister is Yaya. She is Yaya. Her name is Sarah. And again, Hayden could not say Sarah. So he calls her Yaya. And it just stuck. One of my best friends, Lauren, she has forever been to my kids Lala. So we have Lala. We have a Lala. We have a Yaya. I think the only aunt that goes by her actual name is Graham's sisters. And that's just because Graham's family is way more proper than my family. Way more proper than my family. And none of us make light of that. So everybody goes by their actual name in his family. My aunt was Mia for a Mia. That's pretty for a grandma name. That's a fun grandma name. That's different. I love that. I have no idea where Saki came from. Saki. Is that what they call your mom? Is that what the kids call your mom? Like it just stuck? Like one kid just said it one day. They have no clue where, and it just stuck. Your mom's name is Sheila, though, right? I'm trying to think. Maybe they ever heard her name and was like, Sheila. Saki. Saka. I can kind of see that being a progression. I can kind of see that like going down like that. Let's see. We're going to be grandparents on Tuesday for the first time, and we haven't come up with. Look. Okay. So for years, my in-laws were Graham's mommy and Graham's daddy. Okay. For years, for at least 6 years, Graham's mommy and Graham's daddy. Why? Because they were bonus grandparents to my son, right? They're now like, we don't play that game anymore. They're just grandparents, right? But they were bonus grandparents. They came in to the picture when Hayden was about 2. And so they were like, what does he call us? Does he just call us by our Miss and Mr. our names, or what would you be comfortable with him calling us? And I was like, well, if you want to be called like grandma, mama, like you're a grandmother figure, like I'm fine with him just calling you like something like that. Like I'm fine with it. And I mean, this was like well after Graham and I had decided that we were going to be a thing, right? Like this was not like right out the gate. Hayden didn't meet them until a little later on. Not like too terribly, but we were very protective about that, And so I was like, I'm fine with him, whatever you want to be called. What do you want to be called? We're going to need a third coat on that. It's very streaky. And Sheena, I knew it was close. Sheena. I can see that. And so it was Graham's mommy. My husband's name is Graham. So it sounded like grandmommy, granddaddy, but it was Graham's mommy and Graham's daddy. Well, then Raylan came along and we all agreed. I don't want her calling them Graham's mommy and Graham's daddy, because we didn't like, I'm very funny about, a kid calling a parent by their first name. I'm just very weird about it. And so I was like, oh, I don't know. That's just going to cause some real big confusion with me, if she ever starts calling Graham by his first name and then me saying, you can't say that. I'm like, well, I say Graham's mommy, so we all came up with Nana, and I can't remember what my father-in-law's name was going to be. Maybe it was going to be Granddaddy, like very similar to the Graham's daddy. And she was like, no, you're Thunder. So she came up with Thunder. And there's a whole story behind that too. I mean, that one makes sense once you know the whole story, but it's Nana and Thunder. It has to do with Imagine Dragons. And like WWE in a way. All right. So Angela says, this is my middle stepson and his wife. So technically, I'm not a grandma yet. Girl. Yes, you are. I don't play that game. I don't play that game. If you're in that baby's life and you love that baby, you get a name. You get one. Like I said, like Graham's parents are technically the bonus grandparents. Like you would be like the like technically bonus, right? But like you never know what the future holds. Like the, he knows no different now. But I'm not ready to be a Grammy yet. Oh me. Okay. Okay. We're struggling with the title here. Okay, I got it. I got it. I'm so excited for you. I love babies. So, like when you get to hold the baby, just give it a little extra little nuzzle for me, okay? I love babies. I love them so much. Oh my god, I just love babies. Okay. Let's go with a springy green. We're going to make our own. I'm going to take a nice bright summery green and I'm going to ghost it out with a little bit of white. Little bit of white. I have enough on my palette, but of course I'm going to pour some extra. I'm going to pour some extra. I am mixing it together. I want to make a completely new shade of green. Make a completely new shade of green. Okay. Do y'all have any Easter plans? What's going on? Like for the grandmas in the group here, do y'all do anything fun? Okay, I need a new angle brush. That one, I need to reshape that one. It's got a hair. It's got a hair that's like doing its own thing over there. Yeah. Oh, look. Grace has got my back over here. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're gonna be just as much a Grammy as any other grandma. What are y'all's plan? Okay, so we have very chill plans. Like this is, I've already explained to my kids. I've explained to my husband and all the family members. I was like, Easter Day is the only day that I plan to have anything on the actual calendar to do with anybody outside my household. Oh, does that mean that we're going to stay home all day? No. But all weekend? No. But I do plan to just spend some quality time with my children this weekend. I do plan to, for Christmas, we called it a very Wallace Christmas. We had 25 days of just like something to do as a family, even if it was sit down and actually eat dinner together, right? Like it didn't have to be anything major. We had family movie nights. You know, the elf on the shelf came and wreaked havoc and brought gifts and all the things. So for Easter, we're going to do something very similar. Now, thankfully, it's only 4 days, right? Thankfully, it's only 4 days. I'm just base coating leaves if you're wondering what I'm doing here. Just base coating leaves. It's only 4 days. So it's going to be 4 days of quality time with family. And we're going to just focus on the reason for the season. That was our purpose for a very Wallace Christmas. We're going to have a very it's a very happy Wallace Easter. A very merry Wallace Christmas and then a very happy Wallace Easter. That just means we're staying within the Wallace household. And we're going to go over our Advent for Easter. We're going to, yesterday was in our neighborhood, there's a big church with a massive cross that you can see for miles. And they turned the cross. Normally the cross is white at night, like you can see it at night. And they turned it red last night. And it'll be red until through tomorrow night. Okay. And then I think tomorrow night it goes black. Like they turn the lights off completely. And then Sunday, they put a purple, Sunday morning, they put a purple sash on it. And Sunday night, it is like extra, extra white. So like we do our Advent, we go out, we look at the cross because you can see it from my front door. We go out, we look at the cross, we discuss specifically in the 3 days of leading up to the resurrection. We do, the Advent. We discuss it as a family. We keep very grounded in the reason for the season. Do we believe that these are the actual literal days that this happened on the calendar? No, we don't believe that this was like, we don't know. We don't know the exact days that this happened in the exact time of year. But these are the days that, as in our family and in our faith, that we observe in our family, these are the days that we have set aside to celebrate that. And so, like, do we enjoy a bunny and some eggs and all that? Absolutely, right? That's the fun family stuff that we do. But we make sure we stay centered on the reason for the season. So those are like, we're gonna dye Easter eggs. We are going to probably watch an Easter themed movie just for funsies. But we also sit down as a family and we discuss the actual reason for the season. And then we'll go to church on Sunday. And then we'll eat dinner as a family Sunday night. And then I don't know what we'll do Monday. Let's see. Okay, so Grace says, oh, wait. Oh, there's so much. Oh my gosh. Y'all are busy. Okay, so Grace makes Easter baskets for her grandbabies. My mom usually does. Okay, so back in the day when it was just Hayden, she used to make a little separate small Easter basket for him. And then eventually she just started giving me, a 20. She goes, here's a 20, put it towards his Easter basket. And so then that's what I did, because honestly, they don't need a whole heck of a lot for Easter. It's not like Christmas where everybody, everyone in their life wants to dote on them a little bit. But for Easter, it's not, So what I usually did with my mom, I usually went and got him a gift card to a game, a video game store, to where he could get a new video game. He's always been into video games. Okay, so there's our 2 coats for our base coat. All right, while that's drying, I'm going to catch up on a couple of, let's see. I'm just so young in my mind. Angela, girl, Andy, girl, you are young. You are young. I made my mama a grandma very early in life. She was in her 40s. Okay, so like I get it. I'll probably be in my 40s too, because I was a young mama, and so I'll probably be a young grandma too. Candy bags with pencils and stickers and suckers, all for the teens and the kids at church. Ooh, Grace, you're like everybody's grandma. Ooh, can you adopt me too? I haven't gotten together I don't have it together for Easter. Oh no, we haven't gotten together. Oh, but this year my uncle and his wife have decided to host this. That's good. That's good. It'll be good for your family to get together and kind of just celebrate. Just make sure like make it a point to keep it positive, And if you need to fall apart, fall apart. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to do that. But I promise you, it's going to be good. Y'all are going to love it. Surprise my nanny and hide eggs for the... Oh my God, please take videos of your nanny looking for Easter eggs. Oh my God, that is the most precious thing I've ever heard. I said I might take them to the fairgrounds Saturday for the big Easter egg hunt. Sunday we'll go to church. Then, you know what? There might be an Easter egg hunt here in town on Saturday. I might do that too. That would give us something to do. I hadn't even thought about a community Easter egg hunt. Gosh, I got to get my stuff together. And then family dinner. Okay. The fly. I told you the fly was going to come in. Oh. Okay. What about on the cup? Okay. I missed the first of this door hanger. How did you get the flowers on the cup? Oh, we worked so hard on it, Angie. So hard. So hard. We used a stencil. If you put the word studio down in the comments, I'll make sure to link where I got this stencil. It'll be in the link buffet. Also decorated. I'm going to get the fly. I'm going to get it. Oh, it's going to drive me crazy. It's just because I'm sitting still. I usually talk with my hands. I'm trying to read, though. Also decorate church for each. Oh, I bet you it's beautiful when you decorate it. We have family match. We have a family mat. Well, hold on. My dyslexia is getting me. I'm turning a W into an M. We have a family watch. Mel Gibson, The Passion of the Christ, really tried to put into perspective what he did for our sins. So we're watching right now. Graham and I didn't know if he had ever watched it. My mom took me to the movie theater to watch it. And I'm telling you right now, that was probably not the best move for anybody to go to the movie theater to watch it. I mean, you needed to watch that in private with a pause button because it is hard. It is hard to digest. I know I didn't get it, but I think I scared it. It was really tempting fate over here. Sorry. I cannot stand a fly. But I was like, have you ever seen it? And then he was like, yeah, I've seen it. I went to the movie theater. I was like, oh gosh, I have vivid memories of seeing that movie in the movie theater. And I remember just being so emotional, just so emotional, which I mean, I should be, because you're right. Just to be reminded of what that the cost was. Like, he paid the cost. And so, like, to watch such a well documented pictorial. I mean, I don't even want to call it a movie. It was a pictorial of, and I mean, it literally tried to do its best to show us, but you got to imagine that's just the surface, because we're just visually. I mean, think of all the actual physical that he went through. We're just watching it. He lived it, right? It was like that it was a lot mentally to watch it, a lot physically, emotionally, everything. Like, it was a full body experience to watch something that major. Oh, so yeah. Okay. So you're about the same age my mom was when I made her a grandmama. Now, if my dad was still alive, he would have been 40. He would have been 40 and a pawpaw had he been alive when my son was born. My mom and my dad, now, both my parents that raised me, were in their late 40s whenever my son was born. All right, so I'm just messy painting some of these flowers on. Just, our springy green that we created, dip in the tip of our angle brush in white. The older grandkids called my grandma Mother. The younger grandkids called her Granny. So, okay, in our family, we had a similar situation. When Hayden was born, my mom wanted to be called Granny, and my granny was still alive. So, and they lived together. So when Hayden would go spend time with my mom and my granny, it was like two grannies in one spot. It was like a Bluey episode. Here come the grannies. If you don't watch Bluey, what are you doing with your life? Side note. I highly recommend anybody with or without kids watch Bluey. It's just good entertainment. They're like 15 minutes long. They're not long at all. They're just good, quality, clean, fun. But so they were debating on what to call her, since my mom was going to be Granny. And one day my mom is in the car. My granny, her mom, is in the passenger seat. Hayden, little barely talking baby. He's talking, but barely talking. Is in the back seat, and the car in front of my mom slams on its brakes. And so my mom slams on her brakes and she barely misses a rear ending, right? Like she barely misses the car in front of her. And my grandmother looks over and just starts going, meh, 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 meh. This is why you shouldn't have been, like just running her mouth in my mom's ear. My mom's nerves are shocked, right? And so she just looks over at my grandmother and she goes, will you just shut up, you old bat? And so he heard his name. He knows the story. And so all of a sudden you hear this itty bitty little baby voice in the back seat going, bat, 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 bat. She had been bat, bat ever since. And so it was Granny and Bat Bat. Let's see. Oh, a bunch of comments just came in all of a sudden. I guess it glitched for a second. I've never seen the Mel Gibson movie, The Passion. Oh, girl. Have the pause button ready because it's like you need minutes. You just need a minute sometimes. And like, could you imagine not being allowed to take a minute? Like he wasn't allowed to just have a minute to breathe. Like it was like, give me a minute. He wasn't allowed to have that. And like, what a luxury it is for us to just have to watch it and be able to have that minute. You know, like there's just so many things that are thought provoking when you do watch it because it is so heavy. I just seen the post that said even cast members that were not Christians were converted. I'm telling you can't experience the surface of the magnitude that went on in those 3 days, right? Especially, and then the days leading up to it. Like, but those 3 days, and just not acknowledge of how miraculous it is, right? Like, so that I think I had heard that before, but to be reminded of that, Muffin is my spirit animal. She's talking Bluey. That's a Bluey reference. Definitely I'm a bandit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bandit. I was like, I wish I was more than just a bandit, but I'm a bandit. Bandit's the dad. There's Bluey, and there's, oh gosh, what's the sister's name? Fun fact, if you've never seen Bluey, just go into it knowing that they're little girls. I had no clue that they were little girls. Bingo. Your granddaughter loves, I'm telling you, and it's not hard like that's not a hard show for a parent to sit and watch because it's actually entertaining. All right, let's paint our flowers. And we said we were using this as our inspiration. So we did the light pastel green as the background. We did our springy green leaves, and now we're going to do our purple. We're going to do our purple flowers. Ooh, your BB. Oh, for Beeson. I bet you it's for Beeson, isn't it? I was going to say, BB, tell me about BB. And then Beeson. At any point, he had the power to change the outcome, but he knew the Father's plan and why he had to endure it. And he did it, right? Like, what a love. Like, we all think and say, I love fill in the blank enough to take a bullet for him, right? I love my children enough to lay my life for them. We say that. And most of us, in the moment, if ever, hopefully never having to, but if ever in the position to have to make one of those decisions, probably would, right? But to know exactly, like to have the knowledge of exactly what's about to happen and to have the power to not have to go through it, but still choose to do it because he knew the magnitude that it was going to carry, all the things that it was going to heal. Man, to still do it. I don't know if I would ever be able to to be on that level. I know for a fact I'll never be on that level. You know, like we know that. That's why it had to be him, right? Like it had to be him. All right, we're going to do normally I would not do all three the exact same color, but I designed them all three the exact same color and they looked fine. They looked fine. A lot of times I don't like my flowers to be exactly the same. And it's just because my brain says, you need color. No, you don't. You don't need color. This is fine. This is fine. Just a little trio of identical flowers is going to look absolutely scrumptious on this. It's going to look fantabulous. Okay, there we go. Easter Sunday service came a little early. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Now, what I was saying earlier, we had brought up the Passion of the Christ. Graham and I started last night. I think it's on Netflix. I'll have to, if I'm wrong, I'll correct it somewhere. We are starting, it's a little mini series. I think it's only 3 episodes on Moses, the story of Moses, right? I'm fascinated by Moses. Moses is one of those characters. I say character very loosely. People, like he was a person, right? He's one of those individuals, people of history, historical characters, right? That his story gets me. And I feel like there's so much to his story. It takes a lifetime to really dive into, right? Anytime I can just slide just a little Jesus into it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I never want to offend anybody with it because like, why would I want to offend anybody, right? Like, to offend someone with my faith would be going against the goal of my faith, right? Like, why would I want to offend anybody? But I do feel like as Christians, sometimes we cram the word down people's throat against their will. And I feel like, I'm like, oh baby, that's the wrong thing to do. Like, let's not do that. Let's be gentle, right? So that's the way, like, I like to gently just like slide it in there. Just like, I just like to tiptoe. And then when it's invited, I like to give more. And so but I'm the same way with, like, I'm willing to listen to anybody of a different faith. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to learn. I have kids right now going through Ramadan, and I'm intrigued. Like, I'm so intrigued. Like, I want to learn about why and like what and who and where and all the, like, I'm intrigued. I want to know. But I also like want to be respectful of it. But I also want you to return that respect. And like, so for me, it's a level of respect. Never be sorry about talking about my Jesus. Never, ever, 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 ever. Okay, so we've got our light purple base coat. We're gonna come in with some fun color. See, my grandson and I was just talking about Moses today and how God parted this. Okay, so Moses. Okay, so the what we're watching, like I said, it's a 3-part series. It's a 3-part series. But Moses, I'm doing this so wrong. It's like it's a dramatization and a kind of a documentary kind of folded into one. So like you have a little bit of some reenactment, some acting, and it's really good. Like the acting in it is really good. And then you've got every so often they'll cut away to like a historian. They've got Hebrew historians. They have I can't think of, there's 3 different types of historians. There's Christian, Hebrew. There's a 3rd historian. Like I said, we're only about halfway through the first episode. We called it quits after about halfway through last night, only because we had started it late and we knew we weren't going to finish the first episode. But like they break away and they're like, Moses went from being sentenced to die at birth, basically, to royalty, like sentenced to die at birth, to homeless, basically, because sends him down the Nile in a basket. He's homeless, don't know if he's even going to make it, if anybody's ever going to find him. And then someone finds him, so adopted, and now royalty, and then a murderer, and then homeless again, and then adopted again by the people who find him, like, and then like a prophet, like all the things, all the ways that God used him, all the paths that he had to endure to become exactly what, and who God needed him to be to fulfill all the things that God needed him to fulfill, right? So like, there's just, think about that. Sentenced to die at birth, homeless, lost, uncared for God knows how many days, floating down the Nile in a basket. Aimlessly in a basket in the middle of the desert. Found, adopted, royalty, a power, had power, then all of a sudden one day a murderer, and then one day exiled, and then homeless again, and then like it's just over and like thing after thing after thing. Like there was no stability in his life ever, and then he still became one of the biggest figures of his time, right? Like it's just a big deal. It's Moses. He's kind of a big deal, And they were bringing up the fact that, when it comes to Moses, it doesn't matter. And it's like I said, the 3, I think it's Islamic. It's Hebrew, Islamic, and I may get that 3rd one wrong. I can't remember. Like I said, we're only about halfway through that first episode. And Christianity, Jewish, Islamic, and Christian. That was it. I knew I was getting something wrong. They're like, he's a big figure in all 3. Like he's one person that spans all 3 theologies. He's in all 3. So like to be able to bind 3 different mindsets when it comes to spiritual and cultural beliefs, right? It's like he's a thread. I don't know. I want to say Moses is the one that didn't speak well. And so his brother, I think when God appeared to him, he said, "Don't worry about it. Your brother's got you. Don't worry about it. Your brother's a great speaker. He will be there and he will support you." Like, oh. And that was when he didn't even know that he had a brother, right? That was another part of his story that it never connected with me until I watched this miniseries, and I was like, he had no clue where he come from. He was a baby in a basket floating in a river. There was no like handwritten note from mom, like nothing. He had no clue where he come from. He had no, just the things that get you, right? The things that get you. They get your brain just a moving. For anybody, Like when people say I'm looking for a good book, I was like, girl, I got you. I got you. Even if you don't believe it, it's a good book. There's some stories in there that they'll get you. Okay, I'm just playing around with colors. We went over how to paint these exactly over in the studio on Tuesday. This is just a smaller version of what we learned. And I'm just kind of playing around with colors. And because they're smaller, I'm playing around with brush strokes too. And I'm liking what I'm seeing. Yes, he had Aaron's. I thought I remembered that correctly. I have horrible memory. Like so. Yes. His Hebrew swaddling cloth and his stepmom hid it. So in the miniseries, they try to keep speculation at a minimum. They try to just go off of what's actually written. They try to keep speculation to a minimum, and they try to add in like actual historical facts of that time era, the location, the geographical stuff, what people around that time would have been doing, what they would have been, and so the person that depicts the stepmom, the Egyptian mom, like you just fall in love with her. I'm loving the purple too. I'm loving this whole color scheme. So here's the inspiration. Okay, here's the inspiration. And I think I'm going to put this maybe on my patio. It's not going to be 100%. When I seal it, it's not going to be 100% like weatherproof. But I have a cover porch, so like it should be okay. It should be fine. I want to say it's on Netflix. Let's see. I have both phones going, so I normally would just scroll my phone. I need yellow. A yellow. Actually, Hayden, you can help me. Give me my iPad over there. My iPad. Okay, I just did some dip dots for the center of these flowers, just to kind of give them a little. That one might be dead. That's my old iPad. Nope. I need it should be in my Elvis bag right there on the rocking chair. Yeah, be careful, it may be open. Like it's in a quilted, like, yep, that. I'll tell you. Be careful, it's loose. All right. Thank you, sir. You can put that back in my Elvis bag if you don't mind. You're the best. You're the very best that no one ever was. It's Pokemon. Let's see. TV. Hulu it was not Hulu.
Netflix.
I really do think it was Netflix. Let me look. We're about to Google it. The flowers need to dry anyways.
Yeah.
The flowers need to dry anyways. Let's see. Moses. Of course, there's going to be a million like documentaries on Moses, so I'm going to have to find the one. Moses on Netflix. Let's see if that's it. Testament, the story of Moses. That's the name of it, and it is on Netflix. Testament, the story of Moses is a three episode. Testament, the story of Moses tells an epic biblical redemption story narrated by Charles Dance. The 3-part docudrama chronicles Moses' journey from exile to liberator. So it goes through, it gives you a little snippet. Oh, and the midwives, y'all. Okay, so that's something that nobody really, like, you just kind of speed past that. back then, everyone had a midwife. If you were having a baby, you had a midwife. Well, it was the midwives' names that delivered Moses. Apparently, now this is coming from the docudrama. This is coming from the miniseries. Like, I have to go back and verify all this, okay? Apparently, they are mentioned in the Bible somewhere at some point. They're mentioned somewhere. Their names are documented, right? Of the midwives. Like, I'm like, how like that's important. I'm gonna eat I need a peppermint. I'm about to start coughing. I'm getting too excited. I'm getting revved up. And like I said, we were tired. I could totally have this information wrong. Do not do your own, make sure you go back and you verify. Don't ever take anything I say for anything but face value, right? But yes, I mean, it's just good. It's a different view of a story we've heard a million times, right? It's almost like watching the Passion of the Christ. Like, it really puts it helps you bridge the gap from the words on the page to what it would really look like today, right? So I think if that helps. Oh, I miss you too, Kanitha. We're just over here talking like documentaries and coffee cups, and we're just having a grand old time. Tim and I are reading the Bible together this year. We just read his story. So, okay. So I was about to say, she's coming in hot with all these facts. I was like, this must be fresh. It is fresh. It's been a while since I've read Moses' story, but Graham and I were like, oh, that sounds good. You can almost guarantee I'm going to be here on a Thursday, unless I say in my comments somewhere otherwise. Okay, y'all, we're down to the nitty gritty. We've got everything painted. We've got everything. We're about to start shading. So, okay. I need a gray. And if y'all put the word studio down in the comments, don't forget I do a buffet link. So everything that we talk about, including the color list. A lot of times I won't give colors live because, honestly, I just forget. But I will come back. I'll give you the color list. I'll give you anything that we talked about. We talked about Paint Studio, and it is open right now. So if you're wanting to join the Paint Studio, it is $20 a month. We do 3 painted projects. They all coordinate together. It's a door hanger, a garland, and an attachment, and a bonus project every month. You're going to want to join before May, though. Okay. I'm not going to lie. You're going to want to join before May, and I'm not going to tell you the reason, but May is going to be a doozy. And if you're in the Paint Studio, you know. Okay. You know, because quarterly we do something fun, and it's like gift-a-palooza during those particular months. It gets a little wild. What am I looking for? You know what? Let's use the new one today. I'm going to blow dry my flowers. Just one quick like little once over with the flowers. I want to make sure. Yeah, Grace is in the studio. Okay, Grace is in the studio. Tom, were you there when we painted this one live? That was a fun one. Let's see. We've done this right here is our door hanger for this month. This was our attachment for this month. So all these designs can be resized to whatever size you want. I normally pick one to be a door hanger, one to be an attachment, and one to be a garland. That way you see them in all different sizes. So our cupcake was the attachment size. And look at our garland. Like, I haven't put my garland together yet, but look how adorable this mason jar would be for a garland. So that was our set. I called it a decor set. It's called a decor set. And then this month our bonus project was painting terracotta pots. And we used an old tutorial from, it's behind this one. It's the last month's door hanger. We used a last month's door hanger as inspiration on the floral print. All right, let's start on the coffee. Now, if you can control your squeezy mode, that's actually not bad. I almost squeezed it. I almost gave it a full squeeze. Now we're trying out this new one. Y'all know I have my go-to one. So whenever I'm not gonna link this one quite yet. But y'all know me. I love my smaller one that I get from Hobby Lobby. I'm just test driving this one out. The only thing about that one is it's a continuous sprayer. So it like if you squeeze it a full squeeze, it goes shh, like it sprays for a solid second. Marie was like, she was having, just like Lori, she was like, she's messaged me so many times. I need the link for studio. I need the link for studio. And I've said, I got you, boo. And then I'd forget to send it to her. So she went searching for it. She goes, I found it. Put me back in. So Marie just got back in. Next month, we're diving into summer, okay? In summer. For all my Frozen fans. All right. So that is a hint at what designs are coming in summer. Our decor set is going to be summer themed. And then the month after that, I can't tell you anything about that one because that's the super secret one. Super secret. But they basically get 2 decor sets. Let me put it that way. They get 2 decor sets. And they get it before anybody else. The designs that are in studio are exclusive to Paint Studio for a minimum of a full calendar year. But I have not released any of them quite yet. I do plan to release them eventually. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. So they've had exclusive use of them for almost 2 years. So there's 2 years worth of designs in there that y'all have never seen if you've never been in the studio. And like I said, all of the designs can be resized to any size that you want. You do not have to paint them the size that I paint them. I just like to show you different ways of, you don't always have to paint door hangers. This is my preferred size. I like it's big enough that, I can really get in there and do what I want to do. But it's not so big that I'm wasting a lot of wood all the time, right? Like you can only use so many door hangers unless you're painting them for a business or doing paint parties. But when it comes to painting small, I can paint all the things that I want to paint and not worry about my budget because a 10-inch, a 12-inch, I can get so much bang for my buck out of one whole sheet of plywood if I'm just painting smaller pieces. Grace says they're all amazing. Oh, Grace. Girl, you're making me blush. I do try my best. I do try my best for my studio girls. I need some ideas, though. June, I'm telling you, June has been the hardest one for me to it's like there's a hole for June. I know exactly what I'm doing for July. I know exactly what I'm doing for August. I knew exactly what I was doing for April and May. June, I'm staring at like it's a bill collector. Like I'm just staring at it like I don't know what to do with you, boo. So if y'all have any ideas of themes you want to do, throw them at your girl because I need some inspiration on that one. These are good for wreath attachments and porch leaners and shelf sitters. Like this right here is a 10-inch. Yeah, you can go outside now. They're done mowing. This is a 10-inch and we made it into a shelf sitter. Like this right here is a studio attachment. Again, could totally be painted a million different ways and could be a door hanger. Like how cute would this be as a door hanger for like, this was February, I think. This was maybe our February, one of our February designs. How cute would this be as a door hanger? Like blown up to door hanger size. Let's see. What else? That was our virtual paint party, which were also studio designs. They got everything for free. Being part of Paint Studio, whenever I do a virtual paint party, they get free access. So that's a perk of being Paint Studio. A birthday theme. Ooh. Maybe a beach theme for June. Oh, a kite, a teapot, a watering can. Now, I do have to take into consideration what we've already done. We have done a kite in the Paint Studio where it was just the kite shape and there you did a bow and you did streamers with ribbon. So like we did that. Attach half of a cup behind it and add flowers on top. Super cute. Attach half of a cup behind it. A patriotic truck. Now, I will say, I try to get patriotic designs without being super USA because there's a lot of people that follow in the studio that aren't from America. Like I do have a good bit of people that live outside of the US. So whenever I do, a Highland Cow. I've got Highland Cow coming. I do have Highland Cow coming. I do. I do have Highland Cow coming. Not to spoil. I don't want to spoil anything. Ooh, a flamingo. For June, you need to do Highland Cow theme and a farm theme. But I do. I've got that coming. Oh, a boat. A boat? Do a boat theme? I'm going to go ahead and shade this, even though I don't know what I'm going to write on it. I'm going to think on that. I don't know what I want to write on it. I may gift this. I don't know. This may be something that I give away. But yeah, if y'all got any ideas that you're wanting to see, nurses, salon, EMS. Ooh, that would be a good theme. I can already see like some elements of a good EMS design. Okay, Deborah says, I just came in. Are these classes you have to join to paint? Okay, so what we're talking about right now is Paint Studio. It's a monthly group where every month we get together inside of a private Facebook group and we paint a 3-piece home decor set together. And like I said, we did this lemonade pitcher, this cupcake, and this mason jar. So they got all of these designs digitally. Okay. They got the JPEG, they got the PNG, they got the printable template. I gave them the printable template in the size that I was going to paint them, but they also got the JPEG. So if they wanted to resize, they could totally resize, or if they had a cutting machine, they could totally convert that JPEG. Eventually, I do want to start offering SVGs inside the studio for studio designs. That way, my studio fam that have like lasers or Cricuts or anything that they want to use to cut out the words or even like just to, make it easy on them, they won't have to convert studio designs. Can't do that for all my designs. I have well over 600 designs floating out there. That'd be a lot of catching up to do. But I can go back and redo all my studio designs and make sure that my people have access to those files. But in the studio, you also get full commercial license to be able to use those designs in paint parties. You get full commercial license to be able to sell whatever you make from them. Oh, a crafty thing. Oh, you know what? I've had that written down for years now, and I kept putting that on the back burner, going, painters don't want a painting theme. Oh, it'd be a good teacher's gift, wouldn't it? Oh, it would. I love. What would the teacher say? I love coffee and lesson plans. I don't know. Oh, yes. So like if I did it, what it would be the outline, and then I would have the etched lines separate. It would be just, just simple, nothing too fancy because I'm not technically inclined like that. But I do know how to convert the outline, and I do know how to convert the inside lines. But to make things clickable and all that to where you only have this portion and that portion, I'm not that smart. I'm hoping one day my son is that smart and he can do it for me. But until then, let's see. Let's play around with some browns and see what brown is going to shade this. I don't know if this is the one. The good thing about this shading technique that I do with the water bottle and a dry, like this is basically a dry brush. It's not bone dry. It's just dry enough. Step away from that and just kind of, I think it's fine. It's the same color as the dry brushing that we did on it earlier. And I was like, I don't know if that's going to like play weird with it. Do it. Oh, do it. We do too. Do it. I get it. I thought you said do it. I was reading it in the wrong cadence. I was like, Marie, I think you're having a stroke. What's wrong? Ray.
Grandma just froze up.
It's okay. He's outside. He's fine. I promise.
Maybe when you done, you better want to come see it.
No, baby. He does that all the time. He just ate. He's a pig. He's way too fast. And then he goes outside and he throws up. That's just what he does. He's an old man who doesn't have any self-control. I think it's cute. She worries about her puppy. She really does. But yeah, no, I do plan to start adding just a general SVG for like cutting use for studio members. That is one of my goals for this year, is to start providing them. I don't know exactly when that's going to start, but that is a goal for this year. And I do plan to go back and do the backlog, like everything that we've released in studio up until now. I'm living for the weekend. Come on, weekend. Girl, me too. I'm technically in my weekend, but I have a lot to do this weekend. I have a lot to get done. But I am excited to be able to spend time with my kids uninterrupted. Now, Graham will still have to work, so he'll be coming in and out, hanging out with us. Sorry, I'm crunching my peppermint now. Hey, Maria. I've been seeing you all over Instagram. I'm just so proud of you. All over Instagram. Just painting away. All right, I will say this one, you have to have some self-control with that one. I like my other one. What time is it? What time is it?
It is 7:02.
Okay, be on the lookout. Okay. Be on the lookout. I informed Mr. Wallace to not call me because I will be hanging out with my friends. So he does not interrupt us. He said he will try to remember that, which means he probably will not remember it. Oh, now I was already excited to watch the last 20 minutes of that episode. Now I'm really excited. Now I feel like I can come back and talk to you about it. Okay, everybody go watch it tonight. Go watch episode 1 and we'll come back and talk about it. It's like book club, but with biblical documentaries. My goal is to get a laser so I can use Marie, come on, girl. And with the way your paint party business is going to be booming, you're going to need it. I miss you too, Maria. Hold on. This is for Maria. And then this is for Marie, because we know she's getting that laser. We know she's going to get that laser. If you're in the studio, you know. That's an inside joke with all of us. Or at least the ones that's a new inside joke. It's so much fun. Like, give me a reason to stop. Oh, wait. Angie, hold up, girl. This is for Tuesday. Look at woo! So excited for you. Being a little grandma over there. Okay, so we've shaded everything but the coffee cup and the leaves. So we're almost done. We're on the home stretch, y'all. We're on the home stretch. Telling you, let's all watch the Moses documentary and just. But wait, I don't want to wait. We're gonna do this just like we did in the studio. We're gonna do this just like we did it on our. So I'm gonna take a liner brush. We're gonna do. Hey, Roxana. Look, it's Maria. She's back. She's here. I got the gang back. Okay, so I'm just gonna do some little little scribbles. We can get the majority of this paint off my brush. I just want the very tip of my brush. Okay, so I like to pull my lines towards me. Okay. Light pressure. I'm giving just a little bit of a gentle flick as I pull that last little bit up towards me to get that clean exit line. Outside. Is he asking where Raylan is?
No, he's asking if she will be fine with buffaloes instead.
Buffaloes?
Yeah.
I'm fine with buffaloes. I'm fine with anything I don't have to cook. Can I get an amen for that?
Are you fine with buffalo wild wings?
So there we go. There's our stem lines. Okay. Just adding water to keep it kind of a scripty, kind of an inky texture. And then I'm going to just add some shadow lines. We're not doing anything super technical with these leaves. We're just adding some definition. Again, super light pressure, not pressing down on my brush. keeping it super, super simple. And then I'm going to come in with a highlight as well. So I'm going to do the same thing, rinse and repeat, but just with white. And when it comes to the white, there we go. I had to figure out where I still had some white. We still need to do some shading on the actual cup itself. And I think I know what I'm brainstorming on which green I want to use, but I think I figured it out. Okay, so all I'm doing is just doing a little bit of a light. I don't want to do anything too distracting. Again, light pressure. Just kind of outlining it. If you want to use paint pens, if you look at the mock-up of this design, it's on my website. It's called Mom Fuel Coffee Cup. If you put the word studio down in the comments, it will get you the link buffet to everything we talked about. That includes the link to my website, and it has the it'll have the mock-up if you're looking for the mock-up. Now, granted, we changed the colors on this heavily, but it shows you where all the paint pen lines are. On all my mock-ups, I offer the paint pen where if I were doing paint pen, where I would put paint pen. Okay, so shading where are we at? We are shading the actual cup itself, and then we're done. Bringing my angle brush back out. I think I'm going to use this color. Let me test drive. If I don't like it, I can always use a baby wipe and wipe it away and start over with a different color. Ah! I did a full tap. Oh no. Ah! I got all the fuzzies. Well, speaking of baby wipe, let's bust that out. Woo! Need a cup of coffee already. I would have had a cup of coffee to enjoy with you, but my I didn't have any left over from this morning. I usually have about a cup left in my French press, ready to go to be reheated. But apparently, I was a little heavy-handed this morning when I was pouring my morning coffee. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's nice and soft. I didn't want it to be too harsh. It's a nice soft. I think I do want it to be a little heavier. So I'm going to let that dry and go back over it. While that's drying, I'm just going to go ahead and do this little spot down here. Don't forget, there is a little spot of cup right there. So you do want to go ahead and shade that. I'm going to go up here. My brush is wet enough that I don't need to spritz it. It's got enough water built into the brush. Ooh, wait. If you could see this in person, I know the camera's not picking up on it. I'll get a close-up on it in just a second, though. This green is doing so good at giving just a light shade to it. A light, springy shade. Nothing distracting, nothing heavy, not too dark. It's keeping the color theory nice and bright without being overwhelming. Oh, so good. So good. Oh, that means he's leaving work and he's picking up food. That means he's almost home. If he's calling to confirm, means we will have perfect timing for me to quit painting and transition straight into eating. And I don't think there's a better transition to stop painting and go right into a meal that you didn't have to bake. I have cooked all week this week, and I'm very proud of myself. We've had, and I'm telling you, like, when I say I'm proud of myself, I did not stress myself out over anything. I set all my clothes out Sunday night. I have not thought twice about what am I going to wear today. And I mean, like, y'all, little TMI, down to my undies hanging on the hanger as well. Like, I had fresh everything on that hanger. Didn't have to think twice about, oh, crud, let me go get a pair of socks. Nope, socks were there too. Everything. And I was like, oh, why can't I always do this? When it came to dinner, what did we do Monday? Dinner was basically, we did red beans and rice. So it was a crock pot meal. Before I left for school, it was in the crock pot. Came home, dinner was made. Day 2, I made what I call stuffed bell pepper casserole. It's everything in your stuffed bell pepper. Instead of making the peppers and stuffing them, I just do it as a layered casserole. I do my rice. I do a little bit of cabbage because I put cabbage in mine. I do a little bit of shredded cabbage. I do a layer of, just a light layer of the cheese that I usually put on the top of the bell peppers. I do a light layer of that in the middle. Then I do a can of Rotel. And then I do my meat of choice. This time it was ground sausage. And then I do peppers and onions. No. I'm sorry. Peppers and onions, then the meat, and then another light layer of cheese. So I basically break the amount of cheese up and I half it between a middle layer and the top layer. And then I bake it. I just bake it covered for about 30 minutes. And then I uncover it for the last 10, 15 minutes just to brown the cheese on top. And you just season it to your liking. I usually use like an Italian seasoning. So all the Italian herbs. It's so good. We like to put red pepper flakes on it and make it a little spicy. My son likes to put sweet chili sauce on it every once in a while. And it turns out good that way too. But I hate it when a stuffed bell pepper gets soggy when you bake it as an actual pepper. So I've just decided, forget that whole process. I'm just going to start baking it as a casserole. And it was the best decision I've ever made whenever it comes to that. It's so good. Oh, you're having wings for dinner too? That's one of our favorite go-to takeout nights. It's just easy. He knows. We don't have to go, what do you want? He knows everybody's order. It's basically like he gets on the website and it's like a quick order. You just a one button thing as long as we're not changing anything. Y'all, I think we're done. I don't think there's any highlight that I can do on this. It's a pretty bright, springy design. I don't think I can do anything to. Let's blow dry it. Let's see what it looks like. Uh-oh. Hey, Jerry. I just saw that you popped in. Uh-oh. So what are we taking amoxicillin for? Oh, no. Did I miss something? Who's sick? I'm making green, yellow, red, orange bell peppers and zucchini in the air fryer tonight just to get them in while watching. Ooh, just got them in while watching. Ooh. My mother-in-law does something similar with zucchini, squash, bell peppers, onions. And I never watch her while she makes it. But when it comes out of you start to smell it. And you're like, oh, that smells so good. Oh, and garlic. She slices garlic with it too. But there's a seasoning she puts on it. And I don't know what oil. She probably uses just regular olive oil. But like she uses some oil on it. But man, they turn out to be the best veggies ever. Ever. I don't cook from scratch anymore. I cheat cook. Well, hey, look, but this is a simple thing. Like, this is like, I feel like I'm cheating when I make this one, to be honest, because it's leftover rice usually. Because the routine is we do red beans and rice or a roast, usually a roasted chicken on Monday. red beans and rice or a roast. And then Tuesday we do usually a Taco Tuesday. But this week I wasn't feeling Taco Tuesday. It's the first week in years that I haven't done taco soup, tacos, nachos, something. But like, I was feeling bell pepper casserole. So it just drove me nuts. Well, it's always leftover rice. So I just use whatever rice is left over. It's usually like a nice 1/4 inch thick layer. It's not thick, it's not a lot of rice. I put, like I said, a layer of cabbage. If y'all want the recipe, let me put the word studio down in the comments, and I'll go ahead and have some way to get y'all the recipe too. It's one of my favorite recipes that I make. It's easy. It's easy, and it's usually stuff that's in your fridge that you need to cut up and get out of the fridge. Anyway, I bet you it would be good with some zucchini on top. I'm telling you, Grace, yes, I bet you it's the same thing that my mother-in-law makes, and it's one of my favorite dishes that she makes because I can't make it like she does. I just can't. It's one of the few things that she makes, and I'm like, I just can't make it like you. Like my veggies get way too soggy. I need to paint one of these to go over the coffee bar in our CPR. It would be so cute. And I bet you this would be a popular paint party because it's not a hard one. I mean, you don't have to do all the shading that I do. It's literally paint the cup, paint the paper, paint the lid, paint the tag, paint the leaves, paint the flowers, right? Like it doesn't have to be hard. Like it could literally be give them the blank and give them the step-by-step of here's what you paint in the order that you paint it. Now go have fun. Like it literally does not have to be that hard. Oh, yes, but studio recipe for the recipe, okay? If you want the recipe, put studio recipe. Or just put the word recipe. That way you don't get bogged down by all the it'll be separate from the actual painting stuff. So we'll keep it separate. So all the painting stuff will be studio. The recipe, just put the word recipe. All right, y'all. I think we're done. No, we're not. I'm lying. So we're going to have to go ahead and seal this. So let's go ahead and seal this because there's something I want to do with it. There's one more step I want to do with it. So let's go ahead and seal it. And we're still waiting on Graham to come home anyway, so we have time. Where is my sealer? Where is it? The kids are having a blast. They don't have to go to school tomorrow. So let's just take advantage. Hey, big girl. Yeah. She's taking my footies, T. I have a thing of, hold on, stand by.
Me?
No, not you. I'm just being silly. Oh, well, here. Okay. I'm being dramatic.
Tastes like paint.
It should not taste like paint, you fibber.
No. It really tastes like paint to me.
All right, I'm going to.
Well, that doesn't make it look shiny.
It's going to make it look shiny. It sure will.
Why do you always need that stuff to make it more shinier?
I don't need to make it more shiny. I need to protect it. I didn't have to make it shiny. I could have made it dull or matte.
Or darker.
I mean, that wouldn't have necessarily been
good.
No, I don't want to make it darker.
Yeah, and Mom,
What, Ray?
when you're painting, sometimes when you're painting, you have to cut this off. And what if you run out of this when you cut it off?
I'd go to the store and get some more.
Great plan.
I think so too. All right, so
I accidentally got paint on my hand.
whenever I wiped my my son, let's see if I can do this with the baby wipe.
A baby wipe.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wipe most of this off. There's like little fuzzies in it.
Yeah. And I played DIY.
And it's bugging me, and I don't want it to be sealed in there. Okay, there. I got most of it out. Got most of it out before the sealer started sealing. Okay, let's redo that. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, daddy.
Okay, maybe what if you told Bob why you hit him?
I didn't hide Bob. He was just sitting over there.
Yeah, but what happened to the heart?
Where are you putting on the tag? I don't know. That's why I haven't put anything there yet. I haven't put anything there because I have no clue.
Okay, Dad.
It's okay. Just leave him there. Duck went for a dive
into the swimming pool.
into the imaginary swimming pool down there. I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with it first.
First off,
I could just put my name on there. Honestly, that's what I'm thinking, Eric, because I'm the only real big coffee drinker in the house.
and also, Mama.
What?
What
There's
is
still
you?
a fuzzy in
Hey,
here?
what's your last name?
Wallace.
Okay. So add
She
E.
just asked me what my last name was.
Okay, Mom. Add E right there, and then add the dot, and then add a W. Your initials.
Oh, that would be a good idea, Red Lynn. You come up with some good stuff.
So what if you do the initials?
I could totally do that. Well, I'm drying it first. Let me get it dry first without any fuzzies.
Also,
Ooh, that would be blessed. I mean, a good cup of coffee does make me feel blessed. I'm not gonna lie. It's drying.
no.
Back it up, Buttercup.
I'm not really. Yeah, maybe we'll.
Oh, it would be cute for canvas.
What if you have to dry it? I need you to use this brush because that is really small.
And yeah, I would have to use a liner brush if I would even brush. I probably would just use a stencil though. What about RX? It does bring me back to life sometimes. It does keep me alive. It does. I'm telling you, like when I poured my coffee thinking I was going to enjoy coffee with y'all, and there was literally that much coffee in there, I was like, that's not even enough to put creamer in. It's like, how did I not have coffee left over? I'm guessing I was on a roll this morning. I made her bunny bags this morning, dropped them off. I cut blanks out. I did a lot this morning. I did a lot. And so, I mean, I can kind of see why I probably went through 2 cups of coffee. I don't remember going through 2 cups of coffee, but I probably did. I'm going to do a second coat just because I did wipe up half of the first coat and I just want, for good measure. Okay. So because I went this way the first time, I'm going to try and keep most of my brush strokes going this way. Now, when I get to the edges, obviously I'm going to have to just, be careful and just do whatever I got to do. All right.
Here's some.
Raylan, whatever you get out, make sure you put it back where you found it. All right. Now, for good measure, I'm just going to level it out while it's still wet. If this was a bigger piece, I would not dare mess with it this much, but it's a smaller piece and I can kind of cover a lot of ground before it fully dries. There's one little, okay, there we go. One little Romo hair that had ventured in. I wiped this thing down with a black towel and the black towel had so much lint on it. Let's see. I was thinking you could put for Valerie and then send it to. I was thinking you could just put Valerie on it and just send it to me. But I want it too. What I'm thinking is this is going to be a porch leaner. It's going to be a porch leaner attachment. I may not put anything on it. I don't know. Okay, so Erica, you told us what camera holder you used the other day, and I can't remember what it's called. Could you please remind me? Yes, Tammy, it's called a canvas. It's canvas phone mounts. Canvas. And I have it has a weighted base, not the clamping one, the weighted base one. Ooh, one more sip. Of course, I'm sassy. I'd be like, what the sip? Let's see. Thanks, Marie. I just saw where you put the answer. Thank you. Thanks for having my back, girl. Just purple heart on the. You know what? That's just no. Wait. What if we just did a purple flower? No, it'd be too much flowers. I was looking at the stencil. But if we didn't have flowers over here, that purple flower would be perfect since we have that particular flower in the back. Hold up. Stand by.
You have too much flower things. Flower, boo, flower.
I think I have a heart stencil over here somewhere.
Hey, Mom, look at this.
I have a snowflake. What? Okay.
We're done.
Cool. I'm gonna keep my comments to myself.
That's cool action for you.
Let me see something. No, hold on.
You have to add this.
I've got to turn this on. Oh, where's the on button? We're gonna turn that on because we need it. We're gonna turn the glue tool on. Let's see. I've got my stencils back here, and I bet you I do have a flower or a heart stencil. Fleur-de-lis, chevrons, circles. We're getting close. You know, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna put a heart on there. But I'm gonna use my heart stencil because I want it to be perfect. I could do a heart with just a keep dropping my paint towel. Do a pink flower. A pink flower? A pink flower? Why pink? I mean, it would be pretty. It would be pink. But where's your brain going? Tell me where's your let me inside your brain for a second. Where's it going? Pink flower. But I think we're gonna go with the purple tag. But I'm intrigued by this pink flower. Yeah, maybe because it would balance with the color scheme we got going on. It would. Okay, so here I'm gonna be a little extra because it's Erica, and Erica's a little extra, and we are gonna do a tag. Can't just be free floating like that, right? So we're gonna do probably that one, not this big thick one. So I have door hanger twine, and then I have garland twine. My garland twine's way smaller. I prefer it but we're gonna take our garland twine, and we are gonna cut just a random snippet of it, about a foot worth, about a foot. Oh, that makes sense. That would make sense. Oh, we could do a ribbon. Oh, if you were giving this to a friend for like a get well or a, like a survivor gift or something like that, you could do their ribbon and their color on here. Grace.
Birthday presents.
Be a cupcake. Paint a cupcake there. Yep. Birthday or present. The tag doesn't have to have words. The tag can definitely just have trying to remember how it can just have give me a minute. It takes a minute for my brain to remember. Rabbit ear. There we go. It takes me a minute to remember how to do it. How to tie a bow in midair. All right, so yeah. I will show you how I did that. I don't even know how I do it. Like I have to sit there and remind myself how to do it. But I'll try. I will try. There we go. Okay. Once my hot glue tool is warmed up, I'm going to just glue that right there. So what I do, let me try and do this again. All right. Can you see me? Oh, close. I'm sorry. I just realized. Can you hear me? Sorry, my baby brother just tried calling. I just realized you couldn't see me for a minute. My phone is about to die. And so it was telling me, hey, boo, plug me up. And I will in just a second. But I want to show you this and then I'll sign off. Okay, perfect. Okay. So I have about a foot. Let me go back just a little bit so you can see the whole thing. So I have about a foot worth of ribbon, string, whatever you want to use. And I'm going to hold it in my fingers like this. I'm just going to pinch it. And I'm going to make a bunny loop. Well, you don't have to hold it as far apart. Make a bunny loop with one, okay? Don't worry about it. Just go.
Okay.
You're done. And then you're around that loop. So that around that loop, you're going to wrap it around. And then that push. Oh, my stomach is growling. Push the new loop through it, just like you're tying shoes. You're just basically tying your shoes without tying that first knot. So you make a bunny loop, and then right there, you just trim it, and then just pull your loops tight, just like your shoes. Okay, one more time, and then I gotta go because my phone will die. It's gonna die. All right, so just just a random cut more string than you think you're gonna need. So you hold it, make a bunny loop. So just make a loop, okay? Take one tail, it doesn't matter which one, take one tail, wrap it around the bunny loop. See how it's wrapped around my finger? See how it's wrapped around my thumb? I'm going to push the one that I wrapped around into that little bit of loop that was caught on my finger. And then I just pull tight and trim. And that makes my little bow, my little air bow. Cool. All right, we literally need the smallest little
hot glue gun.
Yep, just smallest little drop of glue.
Hot glue.
And then we're just gonna lay this carefully, not to burn ourselves. Just gonna lay that there,
and then
and just let it dry.
Hey, Mom.
What, baby?
It's okay if that I take this and dot on this.
No, because we're done. We're done. Okay. And basically, other than me, I'm gonna when everything's dry and I've eaten and my stomach stops growling and I've charged all my phones, I'm gonna stencil a purple heart there because that was a genius idea. And then I'll post it in my stories or on my page somewhere. You'll see the finished product. But until then, I want to tell you thank you for coming to hang out with me. I enjoyed every second of it. I cannot wait till next Thursday when we all gather around the paint desk again and we paint together a new design that it will release on Tuesday. Yes, ma'am.
Can I tell you that? Can I tell them why I had two? Can I tell them that why I had two phones?
No, they already know that. My phone's about to die, though. Okay.
One phone it already died, and now this one's is about to die.
Don't forget, we started a whole new tradition on Friday. Starting tomorrow, we have. Let me see if I can remember what we call it. Flashback Friday dollar deals. Okay, so it's Flashback Friday. 5 flashback designs. So designs that were released way back in the day are going to be revived back on the site for the weekend, starting tomorrow, and they're going to be $1. So 5 designs that you may never have seen before will be $1. So catch me back tomorrow morning for which ones that are going to be revived for tomorrow. Have a good night. Happy Easter to you, Valerie. Hey, Monica, you can catch the replay. We're hopping off now, but we had so much fun. I highly recommend catching this replay. It was too much fun to miss. Becca says, hey, Raylyn. Raylyn just ran to her room. Sorry, Becca Boo. I'll say hi for her. Hey, Becca Boo. Love you, Boo Boo. Okay, so until next Thursday when we paint again, don't forget about tomorrow for Flashback Friday dollar deals. And Monday, we might hop on Monday for Mystery Monday. I don't know. I'll let you know in the stories, though, okay? Until then, I'll see you later. Bye.